23rd of October. We got our first frost warning. I'm going to be doing a lot of the old style, just audio. You ain't going to see nothing. All I'll be doing is talking. That's what I do in my journal. It's in my diary. Summer has this incredibly awful hot. It doesn't last that long, but man, when it's super hot, that sucks. Winter just seems to have, it's just one of those things. Even in the middle of summer, I worry about winter. So I'm going to go in the car. Got it all nice and warmed up, and as a heater, it's only got to heat this teeny little area, and it's got lean burn technology, so it's probably the cheapest heater I got. Not the most comfortable vehicle to drive. It's kind of drives like a sports car. It's very bumpy. It doesn't have the power that a sports car does, but I can definitely fix that. It's a question of money. In fact, I'll actually increase its mileage with that addition. These are nice and fucking warm. I like sitting in front of my house because, to me, that's a very pretty picture. Kind of upside down. Diane's watching Survivor, which is probably over in 12 minutes. My hands are cold. Reminds me of a song, "Giving Your Love to a Man with Hands Cold to Ice." Well, the dude's old. I ain't got no money, so ain't nobody giving their love to me except Diane, and we both old, so that kind of loving they're talking about ain't happening. It's all mental nowadays. It does feel good in here, though. This is a nice, dinky little shell. It's got some heat going on. Man, that feels good. In the summer, you got the AC on. On those few days, it's way too hot. Yeah, just like I used to with her Neon. The Neon and the Outback got basically the same mileage. I put $20 in the tank and just turn it on to keep warm, and you can still watch the damn gas gauge go down. In this car, I'm not going to watch the gas gauge go down. I'm going to watch my miles per gallon go down. I had it up to 53.3 when I put fuel injector cleaner in it. after they fixed what wasn't wrong. They could never admit to it, but it did 46 to 53. 7 miles per gallon better after that last appointment. And all they fixed with everything else, that's okay. It still functions properly. That isn't what they said they fixed. A bunch of other things too. They forgot to put 2 bolts on, but those bolts, I notice, they don't make much of a difference. I'll bitch next time I take it in. You know, you guys forgot this after they replaced the motor mount. Oops. Alright, well, yeah, we'll fix that. Decided to start putting some money in a hiding place towards the electricity reselling business. Most of the times I've ever tried this kind of stuff, it always flopped and I just lost my money. It's like the TV that I brought home, worked my ass off to get it here. It works, but not good enough. Like, I paid $30 to get rid of it. That's what they were trying to give it away for. Trash guy's like, did you try putting a free sign on it so maybe somebody else should take it? Well, I already know nobody else really wants it. I ain't pawning it off on nobody. I'll pay $30 to send it to the trash can. I don't understand why they can't send them to the trash, to the landfill, but, like, we can't do it. You can take it to Best Buy, they take it for free. This thing weighs a ton, and I'm only one guy. I didn't get what I wanted, so I'll pay $30 that they didn't pay to get rid of it. I'm pawning it off on nobody. It ain't good enough. Not my style. It's still cold, but it's definitely warm in this car. Got a lot of things that are asking for money. They ain't demanding it. It's just cold. If we were living like most people are nowadays, you wouldn't be able to buy anything because all the necessities are taking it all up. Gas, electricity, rent, mortgage, one or the other. Water bill, health insurance, if you can afford it. All over social media and the media in general. The government just expects when it says we'll pay you a lot that they're going to get what they paid for. And most of the time they don't, and they pay more until they finally get it fixed. Should have been done right the first time. Business does not grow well under those circumstances, but the government can afford, because it is like supposed to be in charge of the whole body, able to make mistakes and then fix them so the body lives. Business can't afford that. That's why government takes chances and fails a lot. It's like nature. And often builds things that the government is way out of control. And a lot of it's spending based on the body that it is supposed to be shepherding. Eventually they'll get it together. I actually think I'll be around to see some of it. See, I ain't bleeding now. My mouth is still a wreck. And if Obamacare doesn't cover fixing that, I'm still upset straight. I can feel it too. The thing is growing. It's growing slowly. It's a bone problem. But nonetheless, it kind of looked like after they're done, assuming I can get them to do it, it looked like an animal took a bite out of my face, which is really sad, but it happens, and actually animals do take bites out of your face occasionally. In the history of man, not too many people have had their face bit off, but it has happened. And they have restored it in these days. Some guy in Russia had his face bit off. They put him back together. It took a long time for the right people to come together to do it, and they did it for free. And lucky him, because he didn't have no money. Wouldn't say lucky though. Oh God, he went through hell for a lot of years. At least he had a wife that stood by him. They were close before he lost his face. I still love you, honey. I'll stick with you. I appreciate that. Another rare occurrence is a fungus that ate some guy's face from the nasal cavity out. All it left was his mouth. It basically ate his nose and everything above it to his scalp. No eyes, no nose. His wife stood by him too. I still love you. I will be with you as long as I can. As long as I can. And I don't think they leave. I mean, you know, if I died, Diane would die shortly after me. It's kind of how it works sometimes. Yeah. A depressed animal does not live long. It's straight through nature. My finger's in the way. 3 minutes and 50 seconds. I still think that's pretty, I'll tell you. It's dinky, but it's cheap to eat, cheap to cool, and we don't need much. And yeah, I remember talking about this. That would be like top dog's quarters in outer space. It takes a lot to make that kind of little space livable where I have it out in outer space. Not too many people gonna get that. Even on planet Earth, you know, they got people in Tokyo that basically live out of slide-in closets with all the necessities right by you that you can slide up and down. And when you get out, you're back in the middle of the city. You're needed. This is all you can have because that's all we can give you for what you do. Yeah, that's basically like outer space. We have people that commit suicide all around the world for their own reasons. Just not being needed is probably a top reason for committing suicide. I would say, if anybody in that position ever hears me and does it anyhow, Daddy has space. I would hope that maybe you could find a way, but if that doesn't happen and you done no evil, well, who the hell hasn't? If your present state of mind is, I would wish not to do evil, I just need to get out of here because I just don't fit in. I don't have anything I can do in this time period. You could be 12, you could, or even 6 or 7. It's very rare that that actually happens. Usually in the pre-teens and mid-teens and late teens and on, you start to wonder, why am I here? What's my value? Do I have a reason for being here? I would never ever say, go ahead and do it. But I will say, the Bible says it too, which is cool. Me and you, Daddy, and you gonna have a talk. You ain't getting into heaven till you earned it. But if you couldn't stay there and nobody killed you, but they killed you in other ways, and you just couldn't not do it, we're gonna have a talk. He's probably coming back. I don't know. I'm not Daddy, but I'm back. I come back. I care. I have reasons.